Okay, we're going to continue our top 10 song feature here on YouTube. Mike and Mark here. We are going to feature the band Touchstone from the UK. Got into them about 11 years ago, maybe. Something along those lines.
2009 was our second trip over in the UK, yeah?
Yeah. So they had a chunk of really strong material, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but the lead singer, Kim Sevior, left. One of the other main cogs, one of the key riders, the prominent male vocal to Kim's female lead, Rob Cottingham, he also left. Then they kind of reformed, and I don't know what's going on since. Not much, I don't think.
They haven't heard anything other than, I think I saw something where Haley Griffiths had joined them.
I think that was brief. I think that was
exactly.
Was just for a gig.
Exactly, but it, I didn't know if anything had ever come of that or not.
Yeah.
But just the quick story of how we got into them is, I had always heard of them. I think I may have listened to a song and just kind of blew it off and never thought anything of it. And they, Magenta opened for them at the Peel in Kingston, south of London, or the southern area of London. And Mark and I went to see Magenta for the first and only time, and they were wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we kind of went outside to meet all the members of the band between shows, and after we were done meeting everyone, we kind of went back in, and Touchstone was kind of at the beginning, middle-ish of the show, and we kind of stood in the back and watched them, and I think we both kind of really, really liked what we saw and heard, and checked them out when we got home. And found out how good they were.
Yeah, and I think you were kind of like leading that charge, because looking back, I'm not so sure that we were like all over them at the concert. I think we came back, you checked out a couple of the key albums and said, you need to look at this. This is really good. And I think that's kind of what led to us liking them. And like I said, they got some great stuff, and it's a shame, but it looks like they're done. Like a lot of other prog bands, they had their little run. Think of another band in the UK, DXBus, another band that had a few albums and a lot less than Touchstone, but too many are done. So we'll let Mike start off. He's got the lead on this, and he's gonna give us his top 10.
Yeah, I think the appeal to you and I is the interplay between Rob's vocals and Kim's vocals is pretty incredible. Her voice is absolutely incredible. If you listen closely to the songs, and a lot of times it's subtle to hear the things that Kim's doing with her voice in the background.
Yes.
It's wow. It's pretty cool to just sit down and listen to song after song. Very different sometimes, just what's going on in the background is just awesome.
Yeah, her voice, in my opinion, is as powerful as anybody's.
Yeah, for this little girl,
any
too.
Female, yeah.
Little short little girl.
Yeah, no, yeah, she is unbelievable. We'll get into it.
And the heaviness of their sound is really cool too. They can get pretty heavy. Anyway, my top 10 starts out with the first album. Really, it was an EP that came out called Mad Hatters. It's a title track from that. Different singer at that point. Have no idea who she was, but Kim did it, or they did it with Kim's vocals live, and what a great song, especially the end is fantastic on Mad Hatters. From the next album, which is, I guess, their first official album, full length album, Discordant Dreams, the title track, and which is a real heavy, awesome song, and also along the same lines of heaviness is Black Tide, which is probably one of my favorite songs from them. Again, incredible vocals from Kim on Black Tide. The next album, Winter Coast, title track, another heavy song to start off the album. Strange Days. And then kind of a ballady song, Original Sin. Probably my favorite song, and you know this really well, Mark, how much I just love this song. From The City Sleeps, When Shadows Fall. That's got some really incredible parts, and definitely my favorite song from Touchstone. And then this may surprise you, but from their most recent album, I believe, I don't think they've put it on an album since, from Oceans of Time, I have 3 songs in my top 10. The lead-off song on the album, Flux, and I also like Shadow's End is awesome, and the final song, almost an epic, I guess, if not an epic, the title track, Oceans of Time. Great stuff. At first, I listened to City Sleeps and picked out When Shadows Fall, and I really didn't give that album and Oceans of Time much time. It was really later on, a year or two or several years later, that I really started to listen to those 2 albums in depth and found out that they're really good. Going to my honorable mentions, a couple from Discordant Dreams, Shadow and Dignity. From Winter Coast, I have 4 on my honorable mention. Joker in the Pack. Something a little more mellow, Solace, which they redid on the Oceans of Time album.
Yes.
And I'm not sure why. But also from Winter Coast, Xenomorph, can't say it, Xenomorph, and Line in the Sand. And lastly, a couple songs off of the City Sleeps album, the first song, Corridors, and also Horizons. So that's my 18. Really a band I grew to just absolutely love, and it's just a shame that it just quickly ended, and that was the end of it, and all we have is the 4 albums and like 3 songs off of an EP. It's a shame, because I'd sure like to hear more of the incredible vocals of Kim Sevior and Rob Cunningham. So
Yeah, from social media, it looks like Kim is, I wouldn't say done, but I don't see any interest from her as far as maybe an opportunity will come along. Who knows?
yeah, she's kind of out of the music business.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Yeah. But, okay, so I'll go ahead and start my top 10. These are not by album. Start out with the title track to Winter Coast, which is my favorite track, and that features some of the little, I think, is as strong as Kim's lead vocals are on this. Her and Rob kind of share the harmonies, and I think her harmonies, and she seems to get higher and higher and higher, and you got to hear it to believe it. It's that good. My favorite song from the band is not even close. Well, it's my favorite. Line in the Sand, and then The Great Black Tide, When Shadows Fall, fantastic. These Walls, another great kind of tune. It's one of the very few tunes I don't think we got the same on.
Yeah.
Joker in the Pack, Flux, Corridors, and the last one, Mad Hatter's Song. All four of those songs are good, but Mad Hatter's Song is definitely the best one there from that album. Honorable mentions, Solace.
Can you go back to those top 10? It seemed like I only counted 9 as you went through there.
Solace is top 10.
Okay.
Dignity starts out my honorable mention. Then the title track to Discordant Dreams, Original Sin, Shadow's End, and then Xenomorph.
That's interesting. You only have one that I don't have, and that's probably a result of the fact that we're only dealing with 4.5 albums.
Right, and the one that I don't have that epic that you have from what City Sleeps. What's the name of that long?
Those Horizons is on City Sleeps.
What's
Are
the
you
long?
talking about the title track from Oceans of Time?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it. Okay. But we got a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard not to.
Right.
Again, it's kind of hard to go wrong. They didn't really have bad songs.
Yeah, there's another band that didn't.
No, I mean you could pretty much go with anything. It's all good stuff. But I honestly, from what I see and paying attention to social media, boy, I don't see anything happening. I don't see any future here. But anyway, we got what we got, and I'm happy with it. You know, it's a shame, but that's all I got. You good?
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think, and like and subscribe, and we will get you on the next one. Thanks.